Well, we are now 6 weeks into the 2018 NFL season, as it's now time for my Week 7 picks. Oh boy, last week I was 7-8. First losing record, for the week. Oh my god, so many games went so different ways and they were so close to each other. Oh my god. Pretty bad. I can't even get 12 wins in a week, for God's sake. It's pretty bad. And anyways, here is the playoff stands at the season today. In the AFC, it's the Chiefs and Patriots with the byes, with the Ravens at the Bengals, the Chargers at the Titans. And in the NFC, it's the Rams and Saints with the byes, with the Packers at the Redskins, and the Panthers at the Bears. And my pick for Super Bowl is still the same, Chiefs and Rams. And of course, the Rams are the only undefeated team left. We'll see how long they got. So now we get into my picks. So we start off with Thursday night. And it's the Broncos at the Cardinals for the first time since 2010. Hey, airborne destruction's going here, he said. So good enjoying that game tonight. As the Cardinals, they've been actually they played the Vikings pretty well last week. They managed to keep it somewhat close. Meanwhile, the Broncos, just could not keep up with the Rams. And they actually held the Rams, I think, to the lowest points they've scored this season, so that's pretty good, but they just couldn't get in the end as they lost now 4 in a row. Oh boy, this could be a really defensive game, It's going to be defensive as hell, as neither team's offense can get anything going. And of course, make matters worse for the Broncos is that they've been terrible when they're on the road. I think they've had 2 road games this year, and they got spanked by the Ravens, and then they got absolutely destroyed by the Jets a few weeks ago, so yeah, not looking good for them. And their defense has not been playing good. And, of course, teams don't play as good on the road. So I actually think the Cardinals will get it tonight. And then we get to the second London game of the year, which is at 9:30. So, whoopee, I get an extra game to watch, as it's the Titans at the Chargers for the first time since 2016. As I believe the Titans are making their first ever appearance in London, just like the Seahawks did last week. And this is a pretty important matchup between two possible playoff teams, as the Titans... Oh my god! I saw that Ravens game. You let Mariota got sacked 11 times. No wonder you got shut out. Holy crap, that was terrible. And the Chargers completely put the Browns absolutely in their place and showed why they should not be underestimated this year, winning 3 in a row right now. Like Jeff said over at Schleg Daddy, the Chargers are the quietest 4-2 team right now. No one's talking about them. And oh boy, the main thing that's gonna probably be the factor is are the Titans going to be consistent or not? Because one week they go somewhere and put up a big fight like against the Eagles, but then they blow it against the Bills and then they get shut out by the Ravens at home. So they're really inconsistent, and I think the Chargers will probably get this, but watch, the Titans will somehow get it too. And then we get to a big outer conference showdown, a big one, as the Patriots are at the Bears for the first time since 2010, as the Patriots put up one hell of an effort against the Chiefs last week. Managed to make the comeback, too, when it looked like the Chiefs might start pulling back. And the Bears, ouch. Oh, wow. What a blown game that was against the Dolphins. And you let Brock Osweiler put up almost 400 yards on you. And Mitchell Trubisky put 3 touchdowns up on the 2, and it still wasn't enough. Pretty bad. And now you got to go up against the GOAT. That is going to be very difficult. Their defense might give Brady a whole bunch of shit like the Lions did earlier in the year, but I'm sure the Patriots will easily get this win. If the Bears get that, would be one hell of a victory for them. And then it's the Bills at the Colts for the first time since 2012, as the Bills, oh boy, looks like Josh Allen's not going to be playing this week, so I think Derek Anderson started. Thank God it's not Nathan Peterman after that pick 6 that sealed the game against the Texans last week. Last bunch of weeks, they've actually played a lot better. They're starting like they finally turned around a bit. Now they can be a little bit more consistent. Meanwhile, the Colts, oh wow, offensive shootout against the Jets too, but again, they just couldn't keep it up. I mean, my God, how many, was it like 4 or 5 of their losses, like within a score or something like that, of tying or wins perhaps? They've been really close and competitive in all these games, but just nothing seems to be going their way. Completely underachieved in my eyes so far this year. And the way they've been playing, I actually think I trust the Bills more for this one to get the win. And we get to a big AFC South showdown with the AFC South on the line. The Texans at the Jaguars. As the Texans wow, they've won 3 in a row. All of them very close, so they could easily have been 0-6 possibly. Matter of fact, all their games were close if I'm correct in terms of scoring. And that was pretty impressive. Now get 3 in a row right back in the mix in the AFC South. Meanwhile, the Jaguars. Bad enough that you lost against the Cowboys, but 40-7? What the hell? You made Dak and Zeke absolutely shred your supposedly strong defense. That was terrible performance. And now you got to deal with the surging Texans look like as they've won 3 in a row. I think the Jaguars will get this though, but watch, they'll blow it against the Texans. And we get to a game that's honestly a little bit quieter than it probably should be, as it's the Lions at the Dolphins for the first time since 2010, as the Lions were off on their bye. And wow, that impressive, although the only reason they won that game against the Packers is because Mason Crosby blew all those kicks. But the Lions are 2-3, and they've been playing pretty competitive after that Monday night debacle against the Jets, so you can't really underestimate them. And the Dolphins, wow, after struggling those first 2 weeks, after struggling 2 weeks in a row, they beat the Bears in that close overtime game. And that was a really huge victory. And, of course, they got to deal with not having Ryan Tannehill again. You better hope Brock Osweiler can put up another performance, because now they definitely got to put up some offense against the Lions, since they can easily do that as well. Man, it's hard to believe that the Dolphins are 4-2 right now. They could easily get the 5-2 in this one, too. This will probably be an offensive shootout as well, as long as Brock Osweiler plays as good like he did last week. And I think the Dolphins will just edge out, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions get it either. And then we get to another outer conference showdown between the AFC East and the NFC North, as it's the Vikings at the Jets for the first time since 2010. And this one, you can't underestimate them, Vikings. You beat the Cardinals, but it wasn't really that convincing. Meanwhile, the Jets have won 2 in a row, and they looked really, really convincing wins. They've scored over 30 points, for God's sake. Matter of fact, Ezekiel Cornell, whatever his name was, has probably put up like over 300 yards or 400 yards in the last 2 games. This Jets team has been really good offensively the last few weeks, so you cannot underestimate them. Vikings, don't blow it. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Jets somehow get it, but I think the Vikings will just barely squeak it out. But I won't be surprised if the Jets somehow get it and get over 500. And we get to a playoff showdown, possibly, between 2 playoff teams from last year. The Panthers at the Eagles for the first time since 2014. As the Panthers, ouch. Oh my God, they looked pretty damn bad against the Redskins last week. Man, they were really beating the hell out of Cam last week. And the Eagles, wow, they really put the Giants in their place on Thursday night. My God, sucks I couldn't watch a lot of the game in the fourth quarter because of Hurricane Michael coming through. Oh boy, if the Panthers are going to want to have any shot to beat the Eagles, they better protect Cam with all they got. But unfortunately, the way the Eagles defense has been playing the last bunch of weeks, I don't think that's going to be happening. And I think the Eagles will get this. Then it's the Browns at the Buccaneers for the first time since 2010. The Browns, oh my God, after all these years of putting a hard-fought effort against the Chargers, not only did they lose again, they got blown out, for God's sake, at home. That was a terrible performance. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, first start with Jameis Winston, almost got it, just couldn't keep up against the Falcons, so ouch, pretty bad. As a matter of fact, now that I think of it, they actually were very competitive except that Bears game. They could have easily been 4-1 if you think about it. Jameis Winston in his first game back looked really good. This game could go either way, especially since I trust the Browns more than I do the Buccaneers. But the way the Browns have been playing offensively the last few weeks, I think I'm going to have to take the Buccaneers. But I won't be surprised if the Browns get it. Then we get to the 4 p.m. game, starting off with a big one, our conference showdown, as it's the Saints at the Ravens for the first time since 2010. As the Saints, I think they were on their bye after Drew Brees got his record against the Redskins last Monday night when it destroyed him. And the Ravens, holy crap! If the Ravens want any shot to beat the Saints this week, they're going to have to do the exact same thing they did to Drew Brees that they did to Mariota. Oh my God, 11 sacks. That was 1 sack short of tying the all-time record for team performance of most sacks in a game, which was 12, what the Giants did to the Eagles in 2007. So close. They completely dominated the Titans last week. But now, oh boy, they're going to have to go up against a team with an incredible offense and a pretty stingy defense, too. This is going to be a hell of an effort, too. Hard fought between these two teams. But even though I trust the Saints, I wouldn't be surprised if they get. I think I'm going to take the Ravens for this one. They just got to hope their defense can apply that amount of pressure to Drew Brees that they did to Marcus Mariota this week. Then it's the Cowboys at the Redskins with the NFC East on the line, unless the Eagles somehow beat the Panthers today. As the Cowboys, they lose a game and then they win a game, and then they dominated Jaguars last week. They on a roller coaster. You can't know which way they're going to be going. Are they going to be for real, or are they just going to keep being mediocre? Meanwhile, the Redskins, pretty impressive performance against the Panthers last week, as you're right now still leading the NFC East. And just like the Cowboys, you've actually been reversed. You win a game and then you lose one. So just like the Cowboys, the Redskins are inconsistent. Are they going to be contenders, or are they going to keep being mediocre? And of course, last year, 2 years ago, remember 2016, both their games were really close with the Cowboys sweep them. Last year, the Cowboys absolutely destroyed the Redskins when they played them and they swept them. So you really don't know what's going to happen between these two. They're so inconsistent. And of course, on the one hand, the Cowboys should be losing this game, but on the other hand, the Redskins should lose this game. So you got to wonder, something's going to have to break eventually for this. Oh boy, I probably shouldn't pick the Redskins considering how badly the Cowboys beat them last year, but since the Cowboys are inconsistent as hell, I probably will pick the Redskins, but I won't be surprised if the Cowboys get it. And then we get to our original Sunday night matchup that was flexed out, and that's the Rams at the 49ers, as the Rams are trying to go 7-0 for the first time since 1985, as the Rams, they struggled kind of against the Broncos. That was the lowest scoring points they've had this season. That was the first time they got less than 30 points. Meanwhile, the 49ers, oh my God, what a performance last Monday night against the Packers. They almost pulled it off. And as Jeff said over at Schleg Daddy, the 49ers actually did play better than the Packers last Monday night. That was so disappointing for them that they just couldn't pull off the victory. Hard-fought effort that went to waste. And these two teams, remember that Thursday night game last year that was like 41-39 or something like that? I actually think that will happen this time still. I kind of wish they didn't take it out Sunday night, because it probably would be high scoring. But I trust the Rams probably for this one. But don't be surprised if the 49ers get it. They are very competitive despite their struggles this year. And then we get to Sunday night, a matchup with the number one seed on the line, the AFC side, as it's the Bengals at the Chiefs for the first time since 2012, as the Bengals actually put up a hard-fought effort against the Steelers, but as always, they have a lead, but keep blowing it in the end. And also, if you didn't watch the game, Dirty Vontaze struck and he delivered an elbow right to Antonio Brown's helmet again. He needed to be helped off the field. I'm surprised he didn't get ejected for that. It was so blatant. And he hadn't even got fined yet. Either was they were looking into. Oh boy, unbelievable NFL sometimes. As they're still competitive at 4-2, and the Chiefs, wow, you got destroyed by the Patriots on Sunday night, and then you made that incredible comeback, took the lead, and you just couldn't stop the Patriots in the end when you desperately need to. And just think, if Mahomes didn't throw that second interception in the end zone against the Patriots to end the second quarter, they might have been able to win that if they got the touchdown there, if you think about it. That's how close it was. Hard-fought game for him. And, well, who knows? I'm saying the Chiefs are going to win, but the Bengals, I don't really trust them, even though they've been playing really good lately. I think their comeuppance are going to finally begin here, and I think the Chiefs will probably wallop them. And then we get to Monday night, which I still have no idea why they picked this game, as it's the Giants at the Falcons for the first time since 2012, as the Giants, why did you have to embarrass me? You utterly embarrassed me last Thursday night when I picked you. I thought it was going to be very close between those two teams. And, of course, you shat the bed. You let Eli get his ass kicked. And, of course, it was funny seeing Odell have a meltdown like a bitch on the sidelines. That was really funny as well. And the Falcons, they finally stopped the bleeding for once. And their defense finally got to stop a team for once when they had the lead, as they managed to beat the Buccaneers. Oh, boy. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was... Yeah, it was against the Panthers, so the Giants are inconsistent offensively. If they can put up points on you like they did against the Panthers a few weeks ago. So, Falcons, you can't underestimate the Giants, and you better blitz the shit out of Eli if you want to have any shot to win this. And I think the Falcons will get this, but don't underestimate the Giants, even though they're really bad so far this year. So those are my picks for Week 7. I can't wait for Broncos and Cardinals tonight, and along with all the rest of Week 7. And hopefully soon I can get to the final week of 2018 UFL season, which has been long delayed. So see you guys then.